Hey, what's up, guys? So I want to talk about shortstop today because it's kind of a completely different look for the Yankees in 2022, and I want to talk about 5 homegrown, home in town, or in home or in the farm Yankee prospects or players who could be options for shortstop for 2022 and moving forward. And in the next video, I will talk about the best free agent options out there, the most kind of the ones that are getting the most attention. So, but before I do that, I want to make an update on my recent trade proposal, my blockbuster trades for the Indians. So, it's been pointed out that, and for some reason, I'm looking at a couple of them actually, Indians top prospects pages, but Francisco Mejia is no longer there. So, I'm giving an updated trade here. So, it would be the same trade for Jose Ramirez, but now it would have Bo Naylor in it, their number 5 prospect. Number 6 prospect, the catcher, and Logan Allen, their number 10 prospect, the left-handed pitcher, and in exchange for Gleyber Torres, Gio Urshela, Luis Medina, the Yankees number 8, a right-handed pitcher, and Everson Pereira, the Yankees number 13, an outfielder. So that's the updated there. Everything else remains the same on the blockbuster trades for the Yankees. So I just wanted to make that update. Appreciate the guy who pointed it out for me. For some reason, I found an Indians prospect, top prospect list that was not updated, so that's on me. So, but anyway, everything else remains the same. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty. The 5 at home and home Yankees prospects. Number 1 is Oswald Peraza. He was in the AAA last year. He actually got a call up late in the season, didn't get an opportunity to get into games, but he is one of the more highly touted Yankee prospects, and he's, I think, in their number 3 prospect right now. This year he had 297, 18 home runs, 58 RBIs, 38 stolen bases between AA and AAA. But he's also known for his versatility and his slick hands and his great hand, his great glove. He has the best catch to transition to throw timing and ratio and in all of baseball, actually. So it makes him an elite defensive infield player. Plus, he can play second base. He can play multiple positions, but he seems to be a good fit at second and short. So if the Yankees go prospect, they could go, and he's the most major league ready of these guys. Because it looks like they're going to be keeping Gleyber Torres, at least for now, unless they trade him in a monster trade for somebody. Keeping him now, but at second base, which means they have to address the shortstop position. And Brian Cashman already admitted that experiment did not work, and they need to work on shortstop. They got to address it immediately. So they'll be doing that this offseason. We just have to see what they're going to do. So that's number 1. Number 2 is obviously the Yankees' number 1 prospect, Anthony Volpe, who's also a multi-positional versatile player. To me, he's still about a year away, but if he keeps progressing the way he's progressing, he might get a call-up later on this year. You really never know. So he had 294, 27 home runs, 86 RBIs, 33 stolen bases between low A and double A. And he's flying up through the system right now. And he's a highly touted prospect, draws comparisons to Derek Jeter for the way he carries himself. He also draws, comparisons. He's a very feisty player, too. He's gotten thrown out of some games, and he's an absolute gamer. So he brings that other side of that competitive spirit that you don't really see a lot in a lot of Yankees players. So that I love as well. And he's got a perfect combination of speed and power and athleticism. So, and he's a clutch hitter. So he's showing all these things, which is no surprise why he's the Yankees' number 1 prospect right now. Number 3 is Andrew Velasquez. We already know him, Bronx kid, Fordham Prep kid, and he got a shot, a little cup of coffee in the majors with the Yankees. Was solid. I mean, he only got a part-time opportunity, so he made bat 224 with a home run, stole some bases, but he's got a good glove. He's athletic. He's also, he brings a lot of energy that we don't normally see from a lot of Yankees players. So that's another part. Him and Rougned Odor brought a ton of energy to this team. So that's a good thing. And so he's another one. And he could also be a multi-positional guy or a solid backup to a bunch of infielders as well. So he's another one that's a consideration. He's number 3 for me. Number 4 is our other guy who's up with us a lot, Tyler Wade. He has the versatility to play infield and outfield, and he's done it quite a bit. And he also has a good glove. He's also one of the fastest players in baseball and the best base runner on the Yankees team. Good qualities to have. And again, part-time, doesn't get much opportunities, but he had 17 stolen bases this year with 5 RBIs, got some clutch hits, just like Andrew Velasquez did. And on a part-time basis, that's pretty good. And his versatility plays extremely well. They need him to play center one day, he can play center. They need him to play short one day, he can play short. So that versatility is a good value. And he comes on the cheap, just like the rest of these guys. And lastly is Oswaldo Cabrera. He's a highly touted prospect, kind of underrated, but his bat's been kind of making waves through the system. He batted 272, 29 home runs, 89 RBIs, and 21 stolen bases between AA and AAA. So, him and Oswald Peraza seem to be the most likely guys that are going to get call-up opportunities this year, barring injuries or something else. So, and his versatility is important too. He plays multiple positions, and he has also a good combination of speed and power. And there's one prevailing characteristic for all 5 of these players. They steal a lot of bases, and we do not have prominent base stealers on this team. And so these guys would bring in a skill set that nobody really displays on the Yankees now. So, and it's a difference between being on first and somebody hitting a double and either scoring or being at third, like most of the other Yankees players who won't get called, to home, or he'll get thrown out by a mile at home. These guys represent more scoring opportunities. So it's a pretty solid group to me. And I like the possibilities of either of them. Obviously the most appealing are the 3 guys, Peraza, Volpe, and Cabrera, especially since we haven't seen them at the major league level. I mean, their stats are really enticing. But Volpe, I still think is a year away. But I think he can have a long-term role in Yankee Stadium on this team, and whatever position he plays, whether it's second, short, or third. And even if the Yankees decide to invest in let's say a Corey Seager this offseason, he would still have a role, next offseason. I mean, and if he keeps developing, he's going to surpass either Gio or Torres in very, very soon. So that's my list. Okay, let me know what you think. If there's anybody else you can think of, put them in the comments down below. And remember, I'm going to go from the free agent targets for shortstop in my next video for the Yankees. So have a great day, guys. Talk to you next time.